In this video, you will learn how to set tab stops using the roller. First of all, if you don't have your roller turned on, when you go to the View menu, Show Roller needs to be checked. If it isn't, check it now. This is what it would look like if you did not have your roller on. So View, Show Roller. Tab stops are very easy to set, and what are they used for? Well, they're used to organize information on a line. So let's say that we have some information about post-secondary trade schools. Maybe we want to organize that information. So we're going to put Pennsylvania post-secondary trade school. And on this line, starting flush to the left margin, and that means no indentation. So where the gray meets the white right here, that's staying flush to the left margin. We're going to type school name, and eventually we're going to put some school names underneath once we get to the next line. However, before we even get to the next line, I want to put the city that this school is in and then what type of school it is. But I want my cursor to advance to a particular spot on this line as soon as I hit the tab key, and then align the text a certain way. So let's make the first tab stop we set at 3 inches. And this one is an add center tab stop. So center is a blue diamond. You'll take and hit the tab key, tap that, it advances to 3 inches. So the tab stopped at the 3 inches. The word city will be typed there. And notice when I typed it, half the text was on the left, half the text is on the right at the 3-inch mark. The next word that I want to type on this line is the word type. So I'm going to choose another tab stop. Let's say this one goes, we'll go 5.5, and make this one a left tab stop. A left tab stop looks like a triangle on its side pointing to the right hand side. Hit the tab key again. It should advance to the 5.5 mark, and we're going to type the word type. Now when you hit enter to go to the next paragraph, the next line, notice that both those tabs stay. So once you set them, they stay. So the first school is going to be Rosedale Technical College. I'll hit the tab key again, and notice Pittsburgh, when you type it, it is centered at that 3-inch mark, just like city. Hit the tab key again. This type of school is an automotive / electric. It's okay that it went down. I purposely made this problem happen. / welding. Now, since everything is aligned on the left-hand side and there are no spaces, Google Docs looks at this as one long word, so it doesn't have enough room to fit, so it just pushes it to the next line. But I want my tab stop, everything at this 5.5 tab stop, to be all left aligned, because that's what a left tab stop does. It advances to that particular location that you set it, and then it'll align it all on the left hand side. Well, instead of going back and changing line by line by line, I will select all the lines that contain those 2 same tabs. I can't select the line above. Notice it looks like it's gone, because this line has either different tabs or no tabs, and in this case there are no tabs. So I'm only going to select these 3 lines. I'll take and rest my mouse and modify my tab by holding and dragging it back to maybe, let's try 4.5. Ooh, that works. So now this is center aligned at 3 inches, and at 4.5, type and automotive are aligned. Click at the end of welding and hit enter. We're going to do 2 more. The next one is Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. Hit the tab key. This one actually is in West Mifflin. Hit the tab key again, and this is all about aviation. One last one we will do together is Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. When you hit the tab key and you start to type Pittsburgh, notice it's now hugging Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. So I feel like city information at that 3-inch tab needs to be moved. So remember what we did before. You'll select all of these lines that contain the same tab stops, because remember, If you select a line that has different tab stops or no tab stops, you won't see them at all. But these were the ones that were all the same. Rest your mouse on the little diamond and click, hold, and drag it. Maybe we'll do it 3.5. We could do 3.25. Nah, let's do 3.5. Okay. Hit the tab key after Pittsburgh. And this one for mortuary science, obviously you're studying mortuary. And hit enter. Now, notice when I hit enter, those tabs stay. But if I don't want tabs on my new line, I can click, hold, and drag them down onto the white space and let them go. So your mouse, let your mouse go. Click, hold, drag down, let your mouse key go. You've erased them from this line. But when you click back on these lines, they're still there because you did not erase them. So you set the tabs. You utilize those tabs by hitting the tab key to go to the tab stop you set. You also formatted those tabs because when you selected this, you moved them around and formatted them. And we're able to change them. That's what I mean by format. And then I showed you on this line how to delete those tabs. But because this is some information that needs to be neatly organized, well, yes, we do have it organized with those tab stops, but I would maybe center align this information here. So let's center align this info. Maybe make this bold. I can make this a different font, let's say. Okay. I would make these definitely all bold, possibly an underline, but I don't want the line to go all the way across. I want the line to go school name, city, type. If I select all of this, meaning all of the text, my line spacing, and you're very familiar with this, I'm sure. Right now, by default, it's always 1.15. Maybe you want to make this all double spacing instead so that it's nice and neatly spaced out that way and gives you a little bit of room from your title to your actual information. Now, let's hit enter and go down. Because I clicked here and hit enter, those tabs are back. Obviously, because when you hit enter and you have a set line with different tab stops, it'll stay. But if I didn't hit enter, then obviously down here it will still be cleared out from the last time we did this. So anyway, when you get down 1 or 2 lines, go ahead and clear them if you need to, otherwise they're already clear. And we're going to set a couple more tab stops, the 2 that we already set but at different areas, and then 1 different one, which is the right tab stop. So let's type the word state over here. Let's set a center at 2 inches, and we will type abbreviation. Whoops, let me hit the tab key. Go to 2 inches, abbreviation, and capital I want next. So let's click, let's do 4 inches, and let's make that a left tab stop. Hit the tab key, and we will type capital. And then the last one, we're going to do state nickname. Maybe at 6.25, that's 2 little tick marks past the 6. We're going to add a right tab stop. What's different about this one is it's a triangle laying on its side, but it's pointing back to the left. So everything will align on the right, but type in the opposite direction. So when you hit the tab key and you start typing state nickname, notice how it goes in the opposite direction. It will be aligned on the right-hand side anytime we use this one. So watch how it works. When you hit enter, let's say we start with Alabama. Hit the tab key. Alabama is AL. The capital is Montgomery. And the state nickname, when you hit the tab key again, is the yellow camera state. Now, doesn't look like it's aligned because there's not enough room. So we have to move capital maybe back. There's too much space in between. So remember, select the lines that have the exact same tab stop set. We're going to take this, what is it, the 4-inch one, and click, hold, and drag it back, maybe to about 3.5. Now you notice on the right-hand side, nice and flush, meaning it's aligned there with the jagged edge this way. Unlike the left tab, everything's nice and aligned on the left, but the jagged stuff is on the right. So we're going to do one more. Hit enter. Let's do Pennsylvania. Keep this flush over here. Hit the tab key. Pennsylvania is PA. Our capital is Harrisburg. And hit the tab key again. Our nickname is the Keystone State. So again, as you can see, everything aligns on the right. I'll make this bold. And again, I could underline, but maybe this time I want to put a border. So I can go up and insert a border if you want to. You don't necessarily have to, or you could even just use the underline and do something like that. So you can underline the whole entire line or just the words itself. Gives it a little bit different look. And to recap, once again, you learned how to set tab stops by using the ruler. You learned how to modify and change those at once by selecting and then dragging the specific tab stop you want to change. And you also learned how to delete a tab stop. So if I click here and want to delete this one, I can click, hold, and drag and delete it. I'm going to Control V and bring it back. Or if you wanted to delete it altogether on all those lines, you can select all the lines that have the same tab stop, click, hold, and drag it and remove it. And then maybe you want to add a different one. Maybe you want to add a right tab stop to this one and then move it over this way. So again, click, hold, and drag to delete. Now what you need to do next is the following. So what you will do is you will take the information that you see here. So these are members of the Black Millionaires Billionaires Club. And here are all the titles: name, net worth, company / product, and fun fact. So I've given you some of the information. The only information I didn't give you is Lonnie Johnson. But I want you to organize this information so that it goes across the page just like we did here, across the page. So you can set whatever tabs you want, but you have to use all three tabs: the center tab, the left tab, and the right tab. So you can set them wherever you want on the actual ruler itself. So if you take a look down here, okay, down here, notice that I have set where this is flush to the margin. I made this one left, I made this one center, and I made this one right, okay, meaning right tab stop. So every time that I would tab over after typing the name, this one would all align on the left, this one would all align at the center, okay, and then this one would all align at the right and type back to the left. So what you need to do, and I'll show you the top again, and you can stop this video so that you have the information at the top of your screen, and then on that same document we've been working in, you're just going to continue down a couple lines down. So you can delete all of your tabs, and I'll show you here in a second. But anyway, you are going to organize this information. Now if you notice, this looks like an underline, and it almost looks like I selected the entire line and put underline on, but I didn't. So I want to show you what I did exactly. So on this one, what I did was I went in and I put in a horizontal line. So in the insert menu, you're going to see what's called a horizontal line. So I went to the end of the line, I clicked horizontal line. It put a horizontal line across the page from margin to margin, and it also put another line here. So I'm just going to hit backspace so it takes out that extra space there. And maybe I do want to align, not align, but change the line spacing maybe to 1.5. So who else do you need to have down here? And these are the people that you need to organize. You do not have to have the same exact tabs that I have set, but you're more than welcome to. Just show me you know how to do that. Go ahead and start that at the bottom of the same document you were just working in. So come back to this one, hit enter a few times, delete your tabs, and then start putting in this information organized neatly on the page. Good luck, gang.